Okay, so I've always wanted to make a YouTube video to inspire people to accomplish more, to achieve more. Since I was, I guess, in high school, I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker, to let people know that life is pretty good. Life is a lot better than people give it credit for. Life isn't as bad as people usually perceive. When I was in boot camp, there was an RDC, which is a Navy term for a drill instructor from our sister unit, that used to always say, "My perception is your reality." And that always really stuck with me. My perception is your reality. What about your own perception being your own reality? Some people are always saying, "Man, I hate my job. I hate my car. I hate my school. I hate my, I hate it. I hate my house. I hate everything." But, well, these same people aren't aware of the blessings that they have in their life. Think about it. Like, if you opened up your eyes today, when you woke up, hey, you woke up, that's a win. That's a massive win. You have another chance to change the world, change your life, like make it what you want. Then you open your eyes, right? And you could see the ceiling above your head. That's awesome. You can see. And then you took a deep breath here. You took a deep breath. And you could breathe on your own without a ventilator, without requiring anybody to breathe for you. How awesome is that? Think of all the people in all the hospitals across the world that can't breathe for themselves. They have to have a ventilator, or they just can't breathe. They have asthma and whatever. Like you don't have that. You're doing great. And then, well, then you got up out of bed, and if you have a bed, you're doing great. Because when I moved here to Virginia, I didn't have a bed to bring with me, so I was sleeping in a sleeping bag on an air mattress on the floor, and I was blessed enough that somebody gave me a bed. So you have a bed, and you got up out of your own bed, which is awesome. And you stood on the ground to get up and go to the bathroom. And you could walk. How awesome is that? You still have legs to walk on. You have legs. That's great. And then you go to the bathroom, you do your business, and you flush the toilet. You have running water. The toilet flushes. Like, there's so many not first world countries that don't have running water. Like, how awesome is that? And then you brush your teeth, and then you go downstairs, you get something to eat. I'm hoping you have a refrigerator. Most people have a refrigerator, even if it's a mini fridge. Well, guess what? If you have a refrigerator and it's running, you have power. How great. You don't need a solar charger or a solar panel in the middle of Africa to produce power one time a night. Like, go online and research. There's people that only have power at night because there's awesome organizations that are providing them solar power chargers and batteries so they could read and study. And they're excited to have one light bulb in their whole house. They don't have, and a radio. They're like, wow, I have a radio. We can listen to music and dance at night. Like, and you have like an iPhone or a smartphone or a radio, and you can just plug it in whenever you want, and you can listen to music. You have electricity. So many blessings, and you haven't even left your house. Let's say you get in your car. If you have one, you have a car. I don't care how crummy you think your car might be. You have transportation, and it's yours. You go to the bank, you have a car. You can drive. Now let's say you get to your job. Let's say you work at McDonald's. Let's say you work retail. You work anywhere you don't want to work. You have a job. How awesome is that? You know how many people are unemployed and wish they could have a job? They just don't. And if you don't like the job you're in, that's cool. Guess what? You can get a better job. Oh, Oscar, I don't have the education that's needed. I don't have a college degree or whatever. Well, guess what? College isn't for everybody. I learned that. College isn't for everybody, and that's okay. We have a growing skills gap in our country. If you read a book by Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, most people know who he is. He wrote a one-page book. It's great. It's called Profoundly Disconnected. And it talks about this a massive skills gap in our country where there's all these jobs out there. It's like 4 million ready-to-go jobs right now. And they pay health insurance, they pay benefits, they give you like vacation time, they give you free training. hey, there's a train. And a lot of times, it's amazing. And they give you free training. And these people make like sometimes up to 6-figure jobs doing manual labor. No college degree required at all. But why don't you have that job? Oh, because I don't feel like sweating, dude. Like, it's so hot, and I'm going to sweat. And whatever. There's nothing better to do than actually making something with your hands. And manual labor is so overrated. Plumber, electrician, welder, carpenter, construction worker. You know, all these people that make our world go round, make our world function, that we don't ever see, that we don't ever appreciate for that matter. But that's a talk for another video. Like, they're making so much money. You know how much money a plumber makes? A plumber makes tons of money. He makes more money than a psychiatrist. Why? Because there's so few people out there that are willing to just like, yeah, I'll come to your house and I'll deal with your dirty toilet. I'll deal with your sink. I'll deal with whatever. They make like $50 an hour. College degree? Not required. So back to the point I was making. You don't like your job? Get you a better one. You want to go to college? That's cool. Guess what? I want to go to college to be a chaplain. I'm going to go to college to be a chaplain. And I had my dad, who I love to death, say, Oscar, how are you going to do it? How are you going to like go to college and pay rent and like pay your car and all this other stuff? And I'm like, Dad, I love you. And thanks for the input. But guess what? There's scholarships out there. There's financial aid. There's so many resources out online that are just willing to give you money to go to school. If you want to go. I'm not saying you have to, but there are. So, I guess the point of this message is that no matter what you want in life, you can get it. But you have to be willing to put in the hard work. Life is not always easy. And I've heard many wise people say, if it's worth doing, it's usually not easy. Let that sink in. Things that are worth it in life are not always easy. And that's okay. Because the harder something is, the more work you put into something, the more you'll appreciate it. The more you'll be like, yeah, I did it. I did that. Something people say could not be done. I made it happen. I know it can be done. I promise you. You have to be willing to do it. I read this great book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And he said that something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, the universe is waiting to give you what you want as long as you're working for it. That's the non-religious way of saying God helps those who help themselves. I know some of you out there may be atheists, some of you out there may be Jewish, Muslim, Christians, whatever. All right, we all come from different walks of life, and you know what? I love you no matter where you're coming from, but there is some universal truth in that. If you can appreciate your blessings and live in a state of gratitude and just happiness that there's so many blessings out there and you can appreciate those little blessings, life will be wonderful. Life is great. Like you woke up. That's a win. Some people don't get to do that. I'll give you a perfect example. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson does not get up tomorrow, or today for that matter, to be like, I'm not a child molester. He is unfortunately stuck with that perception of him until the end of human history. He doesn't get a chance to get up and change people's perceptions, of him. That's some food for thought. If you woke up today and you're watching this video, you're doing awesome. You're doing great. You matter. You'd be surprised. If it wasn't for you living today, the world wouldn't be the same. True story. Ask me sometime, if we ever meet, why I'm always so happy. Maybe I'll put that on a video some other day. But I think back of the one decided day on a December 17th, back when I was in college. I think it was 2003, where I almost didn't wake up the next day. And I asked myself, why am I still here? I asked myself that for a while. After a lot of soul searching, I figured out I'm here to make the world better. To make your life better. To make everybody's life better. I think back of all the lives I've touched since that day. And how many people's life would have just gone in a mediocre way. But I changed that. And I'm happy and I'm proud to say that I've made people's day better. And that just makes me feel better. It just gives you like self-esteem and confidence to be like, I helped out that random stranger. And I don't want anything in return. I'm not saying this to brag. I promise. I'm just happy that I could help somebody. Next time you see somebody on the side of the road, whether their car broke down, whether they need to change a tire, whatever, some random stranger that you don't know that needs help, stop and help them. And see how you feel about yourself after. Don't go bragging to people, oh my God, I stopped on the side of the road and I helped somebody. No. Just do it. Just to do it. Just to make the world a better place. And see how it changes your life. I promise that it will. Anyways, I meant to keep this video kind of short, so we're going to stop right about now. I just want to leave you with one final thought. Of all these great books and podcasts and videos on YouTube that I've seen, but I kind of distilled them into my own thought. Failure is always an option. Quitting never should be. Never is. Failure yields data. Failure yields feedback. Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay to fail. Failure makes you stronger. Failure gives you character, builds character. It allows you to know, hey, guess what? That's not the way to do it. But you know what? Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Just keep getting up. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your loved ones. Don't quit on your mission. Don't quit on your life's purpose, whatever that may be. Don't quit. Never quit. Failure is always an option. Quitting never is. Yep. So if you're watching this and you have power and internet and a smartphone or just a computer, you're doing great. You really are. Take a second when you're done watching this and just take a deep breath. And think of all the blessings and all the awesome things in your life. I promise there'll be at least one. Yeah, at least one. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.